Hey, welcome to Tim's Workshop. Today we're going to check out the impeller on the 60 horse Merc. I'm getting it ready to take out on the lake. The peeing on it was weak, so I decided, well, it's been, I have never changed this impeller, and I've had this this boat since 2013, 2014, around there, so it's about time to change it. Probably well overdue. So let's take this thing apart. All right, well, let's get this loose. It's a 5/8. This one doesn't have like a screen right here either with the bolt underneath it. But there is a bolt underneath this, on this end, not this end, it's up here. Quite a bit different than the 50 that's on the on YouTube. And there we go. This doesn't have the notches on it like the 50 either. It just got one big thing here and one big thing here and a couple of little deals there, but yeah. Anyway, so I marked it with a black marker where these two ends meet right there, so it'll go back on the same way. Now, I don't know if this bolt here, I'm going to have an extension for it, but it's a 5/8 on these bolts, but I can't get this on this bolt, so, or the other side, so I'll have to use a, man, that thing is on there. Okay, 5/8, let's see. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. I already got this one broke loose. Get this one broke loose. There we go. This is day 2. I started on this late yesterday. I already broke this loose. I'm using a 16 millimeter. I tried a 5/8, but it didn't seem to fit very good, so I went to a millimeter. It's a 96, so yeah, they did start using millimeter on cars, so there's probably some millimeter on this and some standard. It probably has both, which I'm actually finding, by the way. Let's get this out of here, and then we'll take these off and see if this thing will separate. I got on last night and did some more YouTubing. And I found a unit that looks similar to this. Yeah, see this nut? And it's a self-locking nut they have on there, which is interesting. Maybe that's why it's metric. They couldn't get self-locking in standard anymore. So, this thing had been serviced, I'm sure, before I got it. But I looked online, and it shows that the gear shaft, or the shift shaft, comes down, and in the lower unit there's a coupler that has the rod continue down. So the rod is actually in two pieces. So it should come apart. Well, let's see. Give it a good wrap. And there we go. Came out. Turn this around so you can see it. So there's the lower gear for the shifter. Do not move it. I have the unit in neutral right now. The rubber part of the housing is still up in the hole here, along with the coupler that goes on here. I'll show you here. Let's put this over on the area where I'm going to work on it. Didn't have to worry about the speedometer on it. This is the well, I guess I don't have to worry about that. It ain't coming off. The coupler came off easy though, so that's good. We'll get that all cleaned up. Get all this cleaned up, get the other part of it cleaned up. We'll take it apart. This definitely needs some grease on it again. Shifter. So, anyway, we'll get all this stuff cleaned up. Alrighty. Well, got these broke loose. Okay, here's the key that fell out. Okay, here's a RTV somebody put on there. It's peeling off. There's the impeller, which it looks good by looking at it, but it's really not. It's got the memory in it. So look at it. This is the way it goes, and it's turning this way. So that means, let me think, it's going this way. So clockwise. That's how you put this in. Okay. So there's a little protective nylon washer that goes against the plate. So we'll take that off. Okay, and then we got to get this plate off of here, which has a gasket on it, by the way. It looks like this is all one piece, so I got to break this loose also, because I want to get this plate off. just to make sure it's all nice and clean. There's nothing, no blockage inside there. The kit that I have comes with the new gasket, but I'll be careful with it either way in case I have to reuse it. Hopefully I got the right impeller. I have two impellers. One that I found on the boat. I bought the boat used, and the impeller's still good. It doesn't have the memory on it. It's straight star like it's supposed to be when you buy it new. But it is used. And then I have a kit that has the gaskets and all that, and the impeller. So, which I bought at, they call it West Marine. And I told the guy what I had. That's not saying I got the right part. Okay, get a screwdriver and just lightly pry up on that. I got sweat running off my forehead here. Here we go. Okay. Gasket stuck to it. Now that gasket is toast, so hopefully I have another one in the kit. See how that's beveled? That's the side you want up for the impeller to rotate around. You don't want sharp edges on this. This side here are sharp edges, so you know which side's up. Looks like I got to peel some gaskets off. Okay, we'll let that dry out, both of them, and then do a little scraping and get ready to put it back together, get some grease on it, and put the new impeller on, get all that cleaned up. That looks good. See if any of these work. The plate is totally different. Gaskets are different. Anyway, as you saw, these won't work. The gaskets won't work. So I'm going to take it back up to West Marine and see if they got the right kit. And they'll just swap them for me and maybe give me a cheaper price.